Sushi crosses the Pacific.
Once, people only ate food from other countries by traveling to them. But today, it's common to eat Indian food in London, Mexican food in New York, and Chinese food in Denmark. But is the person in Denmark eating the same food as the person in Beijing? Probably not. Something happens to food when it crosses borders. People change it to suit their tastes. A good example is when sushi made the journey across the Pacific and landed in Los Angeles. People often think sushi means raw fish. Raw fish is the most popular ingredient in sushi, but the main ingredient is rice. The term sushi refers to the rice, which has special seasonings. Any food made with this seasoned rice can be called sushi. Sushi first started in Southeast Asia and then became popular in Japan, where the Japanese made it an art form. Today, sushi has become popular around the world. After the 1970s, sushi became especially popular in the United States. It all started in Little Tokyo in Los Angeles, where a Japanese chef created the California roll. He didn't invent it for Americans, but for his Japanese customers. Because he couldn't always find the right tuna, he decided to use avocados, of which California has plenty. Later, sushi spread beyond Little Tokyo and appealed to Americans. Today there are thousands of sushi bars, restaurants, and takeout shops across the United States. Is American sushi the same as Japanese sushi? Not quite. There are similarities and differences, especially in the way people order, eat, and make sushi. In many sushi bars and restaurants in the United States and Japan, there are menus for customers to select from. Or they can ask the chef or waiter what he or she recommends, or customers can ask for certain things they like. Both countries use conveyor belts in some sushi bars, which makes it much easier to order. Small plates of sushi ride around on the belt, and customers pick the dishes they want to try. There are also similarities in the way sushi is eaten and prepared. In both countries, people eat sushi with their fingers or with chopsticks. Similarly, sushi is presented beautifully on plates with careful attention to design and color. Also, the sushi is accompanied by soy sauce, pickled ginger, or a green spicy paste called wasabi. In both countries, white rice is usually used for sushi and is seasoned with salt, vinegar, and sugar. Likewise, the rice is mass-produced for speed and ease. The rice is mixed with sweetened vinegar in factories and delivered to supermarkets, hotels, and takeout shops. In better restaurants in both countries, sushi chefs cook and season their own rice. Similarly, they use fresh, raw fish. In as many ways as sushi is the same in the two countries, there are also differences. Many Americans don't know how to order sushi, so they order only what they see on the menu, while more Japanese ask the chef to make them special dishes they like. Many Americans often order several servings of similar items. In contrast, most Japanese customers order different plates because variety is important to them. There are also differences in the way sushi is eaten. In Japan, chefs put a small amount of wasabi in the nigiri, between the rice and topping. But many Americans like spicy food, so they want wasabi on the side in order to stir it into the soy sauce and put this all over the fish. However, this is never done in Japan because it's important to taste the fish. Also, Americans dip the rice side of the nigiri into soy sauce, whereas Japanese dip the fish side. Many Americans eat the pickled ginger while they are eating their sushi. But for the Japanese, pickled ginger is there to cleanse the palate between servings. Probably the biggest difference is in the way sushi is prepared. Many Americans prefer sushi rolls rather than nigiri, and the rolls are made inside out, with the rice on the outside. Moreover, the sushi rice is a little sweeter and the servings are much larger than in Japan. And Americans have added things like cream cheese, spicy mayonnaise, and deep-fried seafood. Compare that with traditional nigiri: a piece of fresh fish, a tiny piece of wasabi, and some pure white rice. Sushi has come a long way from Japan. Today, sushi has traveled back to Japan in the form of American sushi, where the Japanese can experience this foreign food.